Hey, what's up, guys? It's Optims here, and today we're going to be bringing you our first lesson of many of Optimus edits. Basically, during these playlists or tutorials, we'll be showing you how to edit some videos. Basically, Call of Duty preferred Call of Duty videos, but this goes, it's a general editing skill for any video at that if you want. But what you're going to need, some of the programs I use is I use Adobe After Effects for the video editing. Maybe Photoshop if you want to create some pictures to import into After Effects. You can link that through After Effects. I use Bonjour for motion tracking for video effects. It's a big plus. And Cinema 4D for the 3D text. So basically, uh, these four programs right here. But all these programs do cost, but I'm sure you can find something on YouTube to get these free. But let's go ahead and jump on into After Effects. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about, if you never use After Effects, is how the station or workspace works. Basically, you have basically your main menu bar up top, and then you have the like the little icons to help you. Kind of like if you ever mess with Photoshop, you have your mask tool, your pen tool to basically mask out objects. You have your text tool, your rectangle tool, your pan behind, and your brush tool, and the eraser and all that. The way I have mine set up is a little different, just a tiny bit different than what the default is, but it's mainly for editing. Um, there are some hotkeys in here to basically get you familiar with your project type right here. So what you want to do is say you want to import a clip, you can go to file and go to import, and then you have solid placeholder vanishing point, not sure what that is, pro import After Effects, not sure what that is, W Premiere Pro project, basically if you're working with cameras and music videos and anything video wise. Premiere is another one to work with, and then regular file for like video files and stuff like that. Or you can hit the hotkey, which is Control I, basically for import. And we're gonna get a cinematic here. Let's go with this wall right here. See how that works. And basically, a lot of people tell you to drag this file into the comp button right here, but there's no necessarily, it's an extra step where you can just draw the file right on here and it makes a comp for you and automatically imports it into After Effects. Um, Basically, there's a bunch of stuff to do in After Effects. There is countless effects you can add or text, or your imagination is the limit on After Effects on editing. There are effects already in here. Some of them are 3D third-party plugins like Light Factory, Magic Bullet, Video Copilot, this Vision plugins. There is a lot of plugins, and I don't have nowhere near as many as a lot of people. So, but most of these are default plugins basically that comes with After Effects. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. Some basic color correction can work if you don't have Magic Bullet Looks, which I recommend getting. Uh, I love Magic Bullet Looks. It's a very easy user interface that you can use to change colors. But of course, After Effects has its own color correction built in underneath color correction. So you can go in here and mess with stuff like we can get some levels going. Also, you can go over here to effects presets instead of going to that list. And if you just want to type up something like levels, you see we have right here, we have regular levels and we have auto levels, and I'm not really sure what everything else is, but I'm only familiar with levels. But you can come over here and play around with the levels just a tiny bit, make the brights brighter, or we can take that back to where it was and make the darks darker for some subtle movement. I guess you can give it that little effect that a lot of people give, that bright dark lit knot. It's a little ugly right there, but basically about right in there. And then you can keyframe it. I'll get into more about that later. That'll be an upcoming tutorial about keyframing. But yeah, there's you can add multiple effects on. So if you didn't want, if you wanted like let's see what we got, a blur or something onto this. We'll do a fast blur, one of my favorites. And just turn the blur up to maybe 7 pixels. Gives a nice little distinct blur, as you can tell. So if we take it back one, no blur. Take it forward again, 7 pixels blur. Then you can play around with it. It gets more blurry and blurry the more you go, and all that. So that's basically about the basics of the basics about After Effects. I mean, you have the move tool. You can move this around using that. You have your zoom tool, zoom in, zoom out, or you can. I don't really particularly use this. Let's move that back to the middle, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hotkeys is very useful in After Effects. It takes a short amount of time to do it instead of going here, then there, or gotta go there and there. As you can see over here, they have hotkeys already. It just tells you what to do. Control Alt X is the same is a save frame as file or whatever. So to zoom in, you'll hold the control button and the plus sign. It zooms in. And then to minus out, you just hit control and the minus sign. It zooms out. Or you can just go over here and mess with 100 here, 50 here, whatever you want to do. When you're let's see what we have here. We have the rotation tool. Basically, it does what it says. It rotates it. A lot of people does this for nice effects. When you rotate something, you see these black bars right here. Easiest way to get rid of those is if you take your right here, you hold down Shift and drag. Whoop, wrong one. Where is it? No, I don't want that. Rotate. Okay, click on that. Alright, if you hold Shift and drag that out, or if it'll drag out. It's not wanting to work for me today. Alright, there we go. If you just hold Shift, or not really Shift, but if you just drag it out a little bit right there, you get this cool little zoomed in effect, and it's tilted. So we'll talk about that in keyframing later. As you can see, it kind of looks like a cool effect already. It kind of gives it that detail look. And another cool thing is you can have some color correction to it. So like what I would do is I use magic bullet looks. So I'll go into looks real quick. Get into this real quick. Open up some presets that you can come over here and add your own stuff. But I have presets that I've already made. And we'll just go from that. That's nice. We want to give something that gives it that. Yeah, now that's nice. Okay, so we can work with that. You'll press enter on that, and it'll change it to that effect. And then if you watch, we'll preview this out real quick. Round preview it. It basically, it gives it a more in-depth look, a more beautiful scenery look, if you want to call it that. But I myself like it. To tell you the truth, I might actually have to save this clip and use it for a future montage scene of cut edits. A lot of people, you'll see this on cool edits where they tilt the camera and have like random scenes going in and out. This is exactly how they do it. They basically rotate the footage of it, zoom in to give it that nice crisp look, and add some color correction, maybe some flashes in there. That I'll show you how to do on future tutorials, and y'all can go from there. But let's see if we can get this going. We're at 8 frames now, which is about 8 seconds long. I'll push it to 10 seconds. We'll let it go right there, and then we can watch it. Basically, it's a nice little subtle clip. You can see it's nice and subtle. But yeah, there's so much stuff you can add in here. You can speed it up, give it a nice speed effect by going to time warp, wrap, warp, whatever you want to call it. And then I usually take the speed and put it like to 150 or something. And then RAM preview it again, and it'll go a lot faster basically. Well, not a lot faster, I won't say that. Well, if you want a lot faster, double the speed of it, so 200 maybe. RAM preview it. And as you can tell, it's pretty much going a little bit faster. I don't know if you can really tell, but on my screen I can tell it's going a little bit faster. Another thing is that if you notice that the color correction went off, if you ever mess with Photoshop, layers, if you put certain layers on top of layers, the effect won't work. Same thing with After Effects. You have to put, if you want your color correction to work, it has to go on. Every effect must be on top of your color correction. So as you can see, it picked up a little bit more speed. So if we just move this above, let's see, minimize that, and just move it above, the color correction comes back. Bam. Alright guys, so that was the end of the first tutorial. Basically, it was just an introduction to After Effects to give you a new look on things. And I don't know what the next video will be about, but I promise you it will be something useful for your next montages or clips or whatever you want to do. But yeah, hey guys, I appreciate your time. I would like if you hit the like button and subscribe. Hit me up with messages, comments. Let me know if you want to see more tutorials on what exactly you want to see in After Effects. I promise you I'll hit you up with a shout out with a tutorial on that. And if you want to see other things like Photoshop, I do music, so if you want to see some Mixcraft tutorials or Adobe Audition or maybe some Fruit Loops, I can hit you up with that. So, but I appreciate y'all guys, and I hope y'all have a good day.